just joining in, welcome to Food for Thought Canva Masterclass with Krystal Benson. We've already gone into some introductions, but you are welcome to use that chat box to the best of your ability. Drop your businesses, your links, your Instagram handles, and everything else you want us to know. And we are going to jump right in. Go ahead, Chris.
Awesome. So, like Evelyn said, I'm Krystal. I think you can probably go to the next
Okay.
slide. Yes. Okay. So, like Evelyn said, I'm Krystal. And yeah, from Charlotte, North Carolina. I started Clickbait. What's crazy is that I just got back from a work trip with Brooks Brothers as a stylist assistant. And I had the launch party in Brooklyn, New York. It was March 13th. That next Monday, the world shut down. And so it was literally a blessing in disguise. Started my business really with the focus of helping people, really tell their story on social and in real life. And a lot of clients, they came to me more so whether people unfortunately lost their jobs or they were trying to elevate and get another source of income. I was helping a lot with, building out social media pages and giving people audits and all of those things. And that was in 2020. As time has progressed and really me talking to my audience and really seeing what people need, I've realized that a lot of small businesses, they tend to sometimes think small, right? They think that, okay, my business, I'm only making X amount, it's only me. And I'm really in this space now and in this season of my life of really helping small businesses think big. And so that is the basis, and really just being intentional. Yeah, so we can slide to the next. And so I know we already did an icebreaker, and I think this basically answers what we already talked about. And so when I talked with Latasha as well as Charlotte, both were they use Canva for their business. We already talked about that, so I guess we can slide through that. But basically, I just wanted to see kind of like how everyone's focused on it. And as we know, Canva is a graphic design tool platform that provides tools for creating social media graphics, presentations, promotional merchandise, and websites. And with over 50 different types of design projects and functionalities across various categories, is a force in the design world. And so what I have listed below are some of the ways that I've used Canva, not only for my business, but also for clients. Obviously, we all know about social media posts, right? And like I was talking in the breakout rooms, it's so beautiful how it's amazing how Canva has grown since its beginning in 2013. And it's crazy because I went back and we'll talk about it on the next slide, but I was trying to think, what was the first thing that I created, like when using Canva, and it, it was trash, but it's just so beautiful to see so many more functions that have added to it. And it's really like, it can be a one-stop shop. And I think that that's the beautiful thing. And so, yeah, we can slide to the next. So like I said, user since 2018. That was the free version, okay? And I decided to level up from the free version, and I purchased my first Canva Pro subscription February 10th, 2019. So since then, I have designed, it says created over 132 designs. And so that means like, when you create new designs on your homepage, publish meaning, just publish meaning when you take it to being from the design and then downloading it. So 1,090, and then total shared. So say if you create a presentation and send it over, 164. And I say all that to say that your girl loves Canva, okay? If I was the one in my friend group, I'm the creative in my friend group, like, right? And so whenever any of my friends first started out, like whether they had a business or we're working on a project and somebody had something for grad school, like I would always be like, oh, have you checked out Canva? I was like a Canva advocate for like until people really got hip to it. And I've gotten my homegirls like, no, everyone doesn't use it for business, right? I have friends. One of my friends, she's really into fashion. She uses it for her mood board when she's going on a trip. Okay, she gets those clothes off of line and she creates her looks. You know, it's so many ways that you can use it, and I love it. And the beautiful thing, I got to attend the 2024 Canva Create event in LA. And that is when they released all of the new features on the Glow Up. Not sure if everyone here did that cool little feature that they had to do where you had to tap it 7 times to get the glow up. Yeah. So when I tell you that that event in LA was it was everything that you expected from Canva, being that they're in Australia and I've seen their events before, right? Very bright, very colorful, all of the things. But it was great networking. But also just really cool to see how innovative they are as a company, and how, what's the word I'm looking for? Innovative, but also how in tune with their audience, as knowing that business owners, but also teams, right? It's not only just business owners who use it, but also companies. They had representatives from companies like Progressive who actually use Canva. And so it's like as like a whole team function. And when you think of it, it's just like, wow, that's a $1 million company using something like this. So I think it helps to build the credibility. But I just wanted to show this slide to show y'all that your girl is not new to this. She's true to this. Okay. Next slide. So I wanted to show you just some of the things that I've made in Canva based off of, what we kind of talked about earlier, right? So business cards. I think that my mind as a small business, if I can do it myself and save money, I'm going to try, right? And so I created the company business cards. We have an ebook, and I just wanted to show you the different ways that social media post at the end, it should move. It's a video. Can you click it? Oh, probably not. Okay. So it's a motion graphic. I wanted you all just to see the movement. But yeah, it's a wide variety, right? Like all of these. And the one thing, even though there are so many templates on Canva, my biggest thing, and I'll talk about it a little later, but my biggest thing is like, do not use the template as is. That is like something that's like my biggest like pet peeve. But I just wanted to show you the versatility of how I've used Canva for clickbait. Okay, you can scroll for me, please. And so this just talks about the glow up. And I wanted to show you all the interface of how the new glow up page looks and how easy it is, right? I think that Canva is trying to, again, thinking of ways that they can make creating not only fun, but efficient. And the way that they have set up this new interface, and I'm just curious, so I know I can see Latasha. So she said she's already experienced the glow up. I'm curious of anyone else, if you all have, I'm gonna look in the chat. Okay, if anyone else has, oh, someone's birthday. Hold up,
Somebody dropped a birthday flyer that they made on Canva.
Here we did. Okay.
They turn it up in the comments.
Yeah. But
Yes.
does everyone yes, so has everyone been able to get a part or experience the glow up of Canva yet?
I've seen it. Like this home screen looks familiar, but I didn't realize it changed. I just saw it like, okay, whatever, and it just got back to my design. I kind of didn't show it the love I probably should have, but thanks for pointing this out.
Definitely. And so I would encourage you all just to take some time and just see how they have really revamped things. But we can slide to the next slide. So why do I think you should invest? Why should entrepreneurs invest in Canva Pro? And I've already talked to Latasha and Charlotte. They both are already invested. I still have friends who like to say, if it's free, it's for me. However, we know that free version, you're going to have all those Canva grid watermarks on those good photos or those good graphics. And what Charlotte mentioned earlier is like all of, the different animated graphics that they have. Especially when it came to like Black graphics, all of those are in the pro version. They know what they're doing. But let's dive a little deeper into why. Why? Okay, so access to premium content, which we know, right? I'm not going to read verbatim, but I just talk high level. So, like we said, there's so many different photos. There's so much. And earlier when Evelyn was saying that, no, Canva doesn't own the graphic that you create. However, I did find out that like, because I actually use Canva to make Clickbait's logo. So I can't trademark Clickbait's logo because those elements are made on Canva through another designer. So while they don't own the templates and the things that you make, you can't, that's the only thing that can be a little tricky. But hopefully they're not coming for me. Okay.
We
So,
got Amanda Gale on the line. Amanda Gale could do all of your intellectual property things. So
oh,
where's she at? I thought she was on. Nevertheless, we
okay.
also have intellectual property resources if you need it. Just saying.
Okay, first of all, y'all are very resourceful. I just want to say, okay, clap it up for that. Okay, so yes, an extensive library and templates. It's so many, and I think that the beautiful thing is, especially with the AI tools, you can literally ask it whatever it is that you're looking for, and they help to create it. Is it going to be perfect? It might not be perfect, but it gives you a start. And I think for a lot of creatives as well as entrepreneurs, it's that start. That start is all we need, right? We need to have, because sometimes our minds are wondering where we have so many things going on at once, especially when we're a one-woman show, one-man show, if there's men on here. When we're that one person doing all the things, we sometimes need that foundation. And I think Canva does a really good job of just giving you that start. Advanced design tools. So background remover. For the longest, before this came about, I was over in Photoshop removing backgrounds because, you want those cutouts on certain photos. It took a lot, but I was doing it. Now Canva has the ability, and you'll see over to the side, I was at CultureCon last year. And so I took that photo where with the audience, right? But I was like, wow, I forgot to take the photo with my business card. So I went home, took the photo with my business card, removed the background, and added it on top, right? It got a lot of engagement, something so simple, right? But it's like, you need that pro feature to be able to get it. And I will say at one point, there were some features, like they've gotten so in depth where you can even, go in and at once it wouldn't get it a really clear cut line, right? So you would have some space that would still be there, but they have gotten that thing so good. And even if there's a little space left over, they have tools where you can go in and remove the things that you want to remove. So again, a lot of these tools, and because I don't have the free version, I feel like I don't know what's not on there. I just know what I'm exposed to, right? So yes, magic resize and brand kit. I think as entrepreneurs and having a business, the biggest thing that I like to tell clients is consistency in your creative is how you build that's how you build brand awareness, right? And so the brand kit that they have, you're able to have all of your colors, logos, and fonts. If you have something different than what is on Canva, you can have it all in one space. And again, just making ways to make your life easier. And if you have a team, making sure that whatever they create, that it aligns with your brand and all the things. You can slide to the next. Collaborative features. So this was a video too. I'm trying to think how, dang it. So collaborative features, like I mentioned about teams. So being able to see work in real time, if you do have people who are helping you, being able to see those movements. And I haven't used the content scheduling as of yet, but I have two, one like a business owner friend who has, and it's literally Canva has made it to where you don't
Excuse
have
me,
to.
Chris, I'm gonna go on Canva so it can play so that the folks can see what you're talking about. So I'm just gonna pause, give you time to exhale because you're doing a great job.
Oh,
And I'm gonna go on Canva so that we can see because you put work into this, and I want to make sure that we honor the work that you did. So I'm gonna
well,
share
while
my
she's doing that, if let me know, if you all have any questions so far before I keep going.
Don't judge my tabs, y'all.
It's okay, girl. My tabs look just like that. Just like it. It's okay. Can't even, because that's how my mind is right now. And it's okay.
Can everyone see my screen?
No,
No?
it's still in the, I can see you haven't pushed present yet, or have you?
Oh Lord. How about now? Can we see our screen, my screen?
I mean, I can see your screen, but I think you were trying to put it in present. And so
Yeah.
it didn't move. It's okay. What I can do though, I don't mind. I can send the link, and then you all can see it, you know,
Okay. That's
after.
gonna work.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
But basically that video, I made it all in Canva. So the motion graphic, like you'll see when you get the deck that from the movement of the poppy drink to the butterfly that's moving on the thing, all of those were done using Canva. It took some time because, like I was mentioning, I'm a perfectionist. However, once you figure these things out, I think that then it just makes things so much like you can get it quicker, right? But again, the pro version, being able to have access to those tools. So, like I said, there's the animations, the different. There's the other features that really just help to make your content pop. I don't know if anyone has ever used the website, how you can make landing pages or websites using Canva with Canva sites. But if you haven't, or if you don't, the export, the options that they have within Pro allow you to be able to use, get high quality images and videos to use on websites. So some of the clients that I've worked with in the past, Kicks and Bros, which is one of my like biggest clients, I redid her whole Shopify page, and every graphic that you see on there was done in Canva. And it looks amazing.
Nice.
And so you can scroll to the next. Lastly, design magic. We talked a little bit about AI in the other in the breakout. So design magic is a great feature. It's super cool. Right now, they're still trying to, I will say, because I've played around with it, but it is like, it's not gonna, they still have work to do. That's all I have to say. They still have work to do. And some of these, like, I think it's really cool how you can say something so random. And I mean, if you use Chat GPT and you see how Chat GPT can literally give you anything, Canva does the same. I will say there's one time I was putting something together and it's like the image itself isn't all the way fleshed out. It looks a little fake. So that's why I said they still have to get it together. The cool thing is that they give you credits. So each month you get like 500 credits. And so each time you type in whatever you're looking for and you push generate, that is a credit. But each month, like I said, it regenerates, and so you get new credits. That's still a feature that I'm trying out. Yes, like a point system for sure. But yes, and then Magic, right? And then Magic Eraser, which I was talking about earlier. So if when you do use that background remover, if there's still a little piece there, but now they got them real good. But if so, you can go in with that design magic, that Magic Eraser and get all the things gone. Okay, we can slide to the next. So 8 very important things to remember when using Canva for your brand. The biggest thing is understanding your audience, right? When you design, you want to make sure to keep your audience in mind, considering at the end of the day, we have to remember that as business owners, while we may sometimes be our ideal client, if we aren't, we need to make sure that when we are creating, we keep them in mind, and not what you want to see, but what you think will make them bite, right? And so, Latasha, when you have your studio or your event space, and so maybe just thinking back when it comes to the content that you create, obviously showing the space because people are visual and they want to see those things, but maybe it's like, okay, putting in their view what types of events they can have in that space, right? So kind of creating that for them. Keep it simple and clean. I am a very minimal person. If you look on my website, if you look on the social, everything is very much clean. That is one thing that people have known me for, I think that I haven't been diagnosed, but I do think I have a little OCD. And so I like white space. Okay. I love it. So definitely making sure to avoid crowding your designs. I think that it's really hard because you cannot teach, what's the word? How can I say this? I've tried to teach creativity. I think we all have a creative eye, right? But the way that you position things, it's like, I think it just comes with practice more so. But definitely keeping things simple and don't be afraid of negative space. You don't have to overwhelm it. Understanding that social media is we can say a little saturated, right? So you want to make sure that what you create not only stands out, but it doesn't get lost in the sauce. So maintain consistency. How we talked a little earlier about the brand kit, making sure that you're being consistent with your color palette, consistent with your fonts. Target never uses another red, right? Target never uses another font. Or, think of the brands that you love. They stay consistent. And so even though it may seem so small, my clickbait green, which I wish I had on today, but it's okay. But it's like staying consistent with that. People, when they see clickbait green, they either send it to me, right? If it's an outfit or something that they think is cute, or they just refer to it. They never say chartreuse again. They say clickbait green. But it comes from literally being consistent and putting in people's faces. So be sure to maintain that consistency, focus on readability, right? So like that goes back to keeping it simple. If there are things that I know the birthday flyer that we had, right? Obviously, your birthday, happy birthday. That's the main point, right? So again, making sure to highlight those things that are important, and then the things not because anything that you have on there is important. Because if it's not important, then it don't need to be there, right? But making sure to be intentional to highlight the things that you want your audience to make notice on. We're going to always say use high quality graphics, right? You want to, as best you can, because in anything, especially as business owners, and when you think of your audience looking at your content, you want them to trust you. You want whatever it is that you're doing, right? Whether you're selling a product, a service, or what have you. So it's all these little things kind of like help tie in together, right? So just making sure to, because imagine, you treat yourself put yourself outside of your business and act as if you were a client coming to your business and whatever that is. What would you want to see, right? And what would make you be like, I don't know if this is for me, right? So definitely keep that in mind. Balancing text and visuals. So again, kind of going back to the keeping it simple, it's really, that's where I say it's kind of a learned thing and just playing around with graphics and with the templates. But don't be one thing that I say in the number 7, right? Don't be afraid to try different layouts, but do not use the templates as is. So I think the templates are a great start. They're a great foundation. But it's okay to move things around. And I think once you find the visual or the brand image that speaks to your brand, it's okay to stick with it too, right? And I think, again, that's a beautiful thing about the pro version with all of the layouts and the templates, because once you create a template, you can literally repeat if needed. And then brand consistency, which is, again, what we talked about a little earlier with the brand kit. We can go to the next slide. Oh, all right. Yeah, I wanted to do, because I didn't know in the night school, which we'll talk a little bit about later, but I'll be doing more like actual, like on camera creating of graphics to kind of show you the different ways that I do it. But for this, I just kind of wanted to talk high level, because also since we're sharing the presentation thing like this, but yeah, so I just talked really high level. Obviously, I know you all are Canva users, but if there's something that maybe you've had a question about, or something I know in terms of tools or anything that you feel like maybe you can ask and I can kind of talk through, or say if there's, you can tell me your business, and if, you know, in terms of the content that you're currently creating, and maybe we can talk, I can share ways in terms of how to elevate the content, you know, like I think we can use this time or however you see fit.
I got a quick question. First of all, thank you. That slide 13 was, I was hoping folks were screenshotting and stuff, because that was good eating. I just have a quick question, and I want to know if I'm the only one. When I'm on Canva, I can't tell the center of the design. Like, there comes a point where I'm working but I guess I'm working too diligently. But you know, when you shift the design, like maybe a font or whatever from left to right a little bit, and then there'll be these little lines that appear.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes I can't find the center.
Really? Because
Yeah.
they should have it to where like, because yeah, when you move it, that middle line, that
It'd be 3 middle lines. Is it just me, y'all? If it's just me, I gotta figure that out.
Okay. So there is there's a like definite line for the middle, and then what happens is that if you're there's a perforated line, like, so like a dotted kind of line,
Yeah.
but that's not the definite middle line. The definite middle line is the solid line. So those other lines are like, what that is trying to help you align to whatever other things you have on that graphic, but the definite middle line is the solid one.
You just changed my life.
You funny.
I'm like, yo, why does this look crooked to me? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm a mute now.
Does anyone else have any questions, or even, you know, if there's any problems that you've had with Canva, or, you know, and just want to talk through those? I would love to use that.
I have one.
Yeah.
So I recently spoke to like a content creator coach, and she was telling me for my Instagram, I need to create the cover pages
Mm-hmm.
so that my you know, Instagram looks more cohesive. I'm just having a hard time choosing what that will be. Like, I see the options on Canva, but I just can't choose.
I want to go to your, I want to go to your Instagram. What's your Instagram?
I did put it in the chat. I'll copy and paste it. Let me
A
see.
live audit, y'all. A live audit.
Let me see. Okay, good. I got it. Here you go.
Okay.
I guess we should all go to the Instagram.
Yeah, let's all look at it.
You on the spot.
I know, right?
Thanks for volunteering.
But I guess, you know, use my brand colors. I'm just having a hard time choosing a template.
And you saying like a template for the reels?
No, for the cover pages, so that, because I don't have cover pages. It's just, I mean, not my cover, you know, like, yeah, for the reels, for everything. Like the whole feed, the whole grid, like, you know.
Okay. So then my question is, what are your brand colors? I'm assuming like green, white,
pink, green, there's greens and black.
So pink, green.
So my logo's at the top. Those are the colors.
Yeah, I think that, wait, I want to learn how to do those grids that make up a single holistic image. Okay, sorry, let me finish this question with Latasha really quick. So I think that, so you said you're, in terms of wanting to find a cover, and you're saying the cover for your reels, correct?
Right. And the whole feed overall. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that when it comes to kind of like balancing out your feed, what you can do is, one, take a step back and ask yourself, okay, what is it that you want your page to be known for? When people come to your business page, what do you want them to walk away with? Obviously, knowing that you have a space, right? It's saying that you curate experiences for birthdays, maybe, look at consultation now. Maybe there are some, because what do you have here? Oh, time to pamper yourself at candle making and facials. Oh, wow, that's cool. So maybe, I mean, there's so many ways. Oh, there's so many ways that you can take it. I think that you definitely don't have to make it to where your page is like where every reel cover is the exact same. I think it's just like how we talked about earlier about finding the balance, right? So maybe, all right, you have pictures of the space, but then maybe there could be like some, because the way that pages grow and communities grow, because I feel like, and I don't want to overspeak, but I think that, you know, whether having something that people will want to share, right? Some like shareable content. And so maybe there is just, maybe there's a cool saying or something that you want to create that speaks to your brand and speaks to how people will feel when working with you, when coming to the space, right? Like it's something to that effect. I think that having kind of like breaking up the all of the green, and maybe we can probably take time because I don't want to spend too much
Right.
time on it, but I think that what I can do is I can kind of send you a grid, like a mimic grid, like, okay, maybe there's
Right.
posts about your business, right? Then maybe there's something inspirational about coming to the space. Maybe then, you know, maybe you have photos, because it doesn't all, even though real content and video content is queen right now on social, you don't have to make everything reels. And I think sometimes people because we see that, okay, it seems like the reels are working, right? But if you care about the overall composition and aesthetic of your page, you got to play around with it. And I think it just comes with time. But yeah, we can talk one off.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course. When you talk
I
about
answered, I think I might have answered Chibuzo's question, but you know, when folks, I've seen it, it's like one picture that they upload on like an app and it'll divide that one picture into 6 so you can post it in order so that it's like a one big
But I'm gonna be honest, like, okay, so you have that photo, right? Or you have all, because it's gonna take up 9 grids. What is that benefit other than aesthetic? What is that going to do? Because it's like you're gonna have a whole bunch of photos with no true engagement because it's not gonna be a real photo, right? Unless I come to your grid and I look and I come to your profile and I look and see. But I guess it just depends on what you're doing it for. And I think if you're looking to grow engagement, get more, grow your community, but also get engagement, that might not be the best way. But yeah, in terms of doing that though, there was like an app. I've not done it on Canva. But there's like an app that people have used. I've did it for a client before, but again, you have like 6 of the photos that just have like 1 or 2 likes. Because it's like a piece of a something versus like, you know what I mean? So I would probably stay away from that. And maybe instead, maybe you want to do a jigsaw, but in one grid, in one square. You know what I'm saying? But not taking up all 9.
That's good.
Got you. Because I've always wondered, and I think it's becoming more and more popular now. And from memory, I think it's like when it's like a big major event, maybe for the year, and it's an established influencer, you know, at like trying to gain. Because I've always wondered, like, what's the, like, it looks great, but again, you'll only notice that if it's like, I guess you're clicking on their profile. So I've always wondered, like, what's the usual theme or reason behind doing it like that?
I think sometimes it's more so the aesthetic, like people who love aesthetics, they like, they just, it's cool, right? It is cool. But then I think as business owners, if you're using your page to drive sales, to monetize in any way, whether it's getting clients, getting clicks on your website, what have you, I think it's all about being intentional on the things you post, right? And while aesthetics, and your brand consistency is very important, I think it's all about less is more, right? And so being intentional with every post. And so while it looks cool, I want you to ask yourself, what would be, what would I gain from it other than it looking cool? And I think we want to try to make each one of our, here's my birthday.
Everybody's birthday.
Okay, birthday flyers. All right, yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Latasha.
I'm loving it.